My apologies. Welcome, Practical Prince. This is, Practical Principles. This is Practical Prince. We're doing Talking Tarot, so ask questions. Um, if you'd like, we can do a reading, or we can just chat, comment. Yeah, I'll be shuffling these decks, getting them ready. Hopefully you've had a good week and getting ready for a good weekend. Okay, I think that one's good enough for now. And if we have a quiet day, maybe I'll just have some fun making a spread. I'll set it there. The table can be a bit loud. Okay. Excellent. Looks like I'll have some fun. And the question is, with what? I do like the cards. I guess one thing on my mind is Psychonauts 2. Apparently there was a preview or teaser or something. Really like the first version of the game, so we'll see if the sequel lives up to expectations. Because it's been a decade, 2 decades maybe, so which tells you something about my age. Okay, let's go ahead and put that one away. There we go. And okay, time to kind of want to look at Lost Forest. Doom-ba-doom. So I think we'll just have some fun with this deck, looking at some of the cards. I have a paper guide for this one. But let's see what cards, if any, speak to me. And we can just have some fun looking at them. Might as well flip it over. Hermit is kind of interesting. Eight of Skies. I like Strength as well. I mean, I like them all, but we're just seeing what catches our eye. Queen of Potions. Page of Earth. Nine of Earth. And skip around a bit. Sure, Justice. I like those, but I guess we're passing the day. The Moon. We might be done. Just do a quick pass. Sure, we'll throw the Ascended out. That's one of the bonus cards in this deck. Doom-ba-doom. Okay. Let's just go ahead and put these in their box. We'll set that aside. We should pull a mat out. Leaning towards Charisma, I think. Destiny would give it a nice offset, but I guess we better make room for our mat. There it is. Bring this back. Bring that back. And then we'll just lay these out and have a nice peek at the art. Oh, that one's upside down. Let's see, anything else? Okay. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The video. Let's see if we can catch it all higher. Oh, there we go. So we've got the Hermit down here. 8 of Skies and Strength. Queen of Oceans. 8 and 9 of Earth. Moon. Oh, I'm losing it. Justice. As well as the Ascended over there. So now I'm going to set this down because my arm needs a break. And yeah, maybe we'll just take a look at some of these. And we'll start with the Hermit. Some beasts prefer to spend their lives in solitude. Introspection, aloneness, inner guidance. I think I resonate somewhat with the Hermit, though it isn't my favorite artwork. Good artwork, but not my favorite. So let's move on to Queen of Oceans. Serene and calm, like the waters that surround her, she can effortlessly sense and project emotions, allowing her to grant peace to the souls of the restless. Compassionate, caring, emotionally stable. Let's see. Let's do 9 and then 8 Earth. The wisest of all is the 9-tailed kitsune, each tail representing 100 years of life, abundance, luxury, financial independence. And then for 8, the most cunning of kitsune lived long enough to grow additional tails, apprenticeship, skill development. So those are those two. Let's go down to Strength. Catch that one. While many travelers are swept away by destructive forces, a select few face their fears and become the eye of the storm. Courage, persuasion, persistence, power. And then, 8? Yeah, 8 of Skies. Nothing escapes a black hole, not even light. Imprisonment, burdening oneself, victim mentality. And then we've got a bunch of major arcana. We'll do Justice. A champion of the meek, Justice brings the mighty to their knees in her quest for balance. Fairness, balance, law, cause and effect. And then for the Moon, the light of the moon, in its subtle silver shadow, dredges both fear and inspiration. Fear, illusions, subconscious, divine feminine. And then our last one, a bonus card, the Ascended. All paths must come to an end. May those you have lost rejoin you in a lost forest of your own. Peace, acceptance, Transcendence. So, number of pretty cards. We'll go ahead and put our sampling away and shuffle a bit. There we go. And time to shuffle this deck so it's nice and mixed again. Okay. Quiet day today. Very quiet. Makes me wonder if being muted at the beginning might have had something to do with it. We'll see. So we might call it early if that's the case, because really we're wanting to do readings for other people, not just play. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Guide. Excellent. Spread machine change. Spread machine change. That's what we're going to play with next. Oop. So this is an expansion to the spread machine deck. And I think we'll just go through and pick out some cards. I think we've done this before for those who are recurring visitors. Prejudice. Engage. Amplify. Let's see, what else is speaking today? Hold space. Empathize. We can skip connect. Nope, we'll just put it aside for now. Let's see. Scrutinize a lot of those in a row. Impact. Sure. We might not end up using that. We'll see. Not power, not justice. What have we got here? Norm, not quite. Stereotype. Progress. Sure, we'll do progress. Oh, hey, Paige. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Feel free to ask a question if you'd like, or I'll just keep musing with these cards, making a spread. Doing pretty good. Didn't quite get the cooldown that my workout deserved, but productive day. being busy and whatnot. So good in that regard. Doing good. Education. I will throw out legacy. Yeah, I just downloaded what do they call it? A dream journal. Because I got some good sleep last night, and there were a number of dreams with that. Haven't got a gift for interpreting them yet, but with practice, might be able to do something. But they're fun dreams regardless, so I like dreaming, even if I can't deduce a meaning yet. Or I guess I like dreams. No, dreaming would include that, so. There you go. As far as finances, yeah, I think we want to use a Prisma, which is nice because we've already got that spread. Or sorry, that mat. Set that aside. And now, how to lay this out? Where's there? Don't really need to shuffle. Okay. So let's see. There's going to be aspects. We're going to have short term. As far as finances, short term. Let's see. What card is this? Outcome, which is still relatively short term. We need a long term card at some point. You seem relevant, but you also seem relevant. Let's see what other cards are speaking. I still need to figure out what those other two cards are. It might just be influences, or they might be details that fit in somehow. I'm not sure what to make of that one either. Are there more? Let's figure out these three first, see if we can place them a bit. That one's basically in the right spot. Where do these two go? Okay. Yeah, I don't think we've got a long-term card, so it'll be short-term outcome, and then we'll figure out what the other three are supposed to be speaking to. So, Prisma Visions. Oh, and let's show you the cards as we flip. There we go. So here's the short term. And for that, we have Five of Pentacles. The outcome, Ace of Wands. And then there's these three influences or details, Three of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and then up here, Knight of Chalices. So I guess to zoom in a little bit. So we got one big one there, or oh, they're on the ground. That's what's going on there. And then 2 is juggling. 5, there's the guy struggling. Ace, that's the 1. And then Knight of Chalices. I remember this one. This one has some up and down to it. But we'll read it just to firm that up. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Stop killing my arm. And yeah, I think we'll do it in that order. So we'll start with that Five of Pentacles for short term. Financial loss, humility, vanquishment. A troubling card, the Five of Pentacles warns of utter vanquishment. This may be a result of your own mishandling of a situation or the sheer unhappy randomness of fate. Either way, you have reached rock bottom, and you simply must accept your unmitigated defeat. As you learn the bitter lessons of humility, your true needs become starkly apparent. This is an opportunity for you. Everything that had power over you has been razed to the ground. Rally and amass what little you need to start again. Well, yeah, I'll have to read that card because I'm not too familiar with it. I wonder if it's consistent with what you've been getting in the others. Okay. Well, and so maybe it'll be persisting for a little longer. But yeah, so it's speaking to short term. The outcome, though, which might be what you're hoping to look for or signal that you're done with it. Let's see, Ace of Wands. Oh, come back. Nope, not 3. Ace. New opportunity, strong energy, inspiration. When you receive this card, you have struck upon a vein of potent energy. If you choose to manifest it, you will be propelled into some grand adventure, fraught with passion and despair. Much will be required of you: creativity, compassion, and steady discipline. But if you truly believe in your dream, fight for it until the end. Capitalize on this heady excitement. Pursue without fear or hesitation any idea that seems promising. Above all, believe in yourself and your potential. So, I mean, we've already got the despair part, I think, given the Five of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, and really, this is almost saying throw yourself into it. Don't be reckless by all means, but yeah, you'll be putting energy into stuff. I wouldn't know what. Maybe that's something these details we'll get into. So let's go ahead and get the Three of Wands. Sustained growth, foresight, progress. After the initial whoosh of intensity, thoughtful maintenance is required to keep a fire burning. Painstaking placement of the kindling will nurture the flames into longevity. So too must an incessant vision be fed and sustained. Your idea is starting to catch. Don't rage into a blaze or douse yourself unnecessarily with doubt or dismay. Small victories and careful progress suggest you are succeeding. So, I mean, if you're already getting to Ace of Wands, if you're already putting energy, I mean, the Ace of Wands to me sounds like there could be more going into that. The Three of Wands sounds like you would be feeding that um, to keep it going. I mean, there's definitely that surge from the Ace. I would almost think the Three is trying to sustain that, not necessarily at that high level you might have had going into it, but keeping it going at the very least. Let's see, Two of Pentacles. Uh, Balancing work, productive priorities. Life's imbalance is its greatest strength. To the man that masters the back and forth motion, the perpetual movement propels him into a steady, productive rhythm. Keep it all together by not paying too much attention to one thing. Accept that everything has its time and its place, and it is up to you to decide when it's time to move onwards. Which makes some sense with the Three of Wands. I mean, there's that sustaining theme there. Two of Pentacles is very similar. There's a bit of juggling going on with priorities, but it's still very much back and forth motion. I don't want to say like seesaw or like that because they're still forward with it, more like rolling hills, where you're still progressing, which is what that Ace of Wands starts and that Three of Wands continues. Let's get to the Knight of Chalices. Oh, not the King, the Knight. There we go. Unfettered emotion, mixed feelings, devotion. Unfettered emotion is a powerful thing. Knowing no barriers, no painful ends, it marauds on endlessly, deaf to diminishing voices. Cavalier devotion to matters of the heart can often lead to a swift dethroning, but at the apogee of your quixotic journey, have no fear of the imminent plunge. Mount your furiously swirling emotions and ride them to the end. So I don't know if the Two of Pentacles with that up and down starts to get exaggerated, more difficult, or alarming, though not like imminently dangerous, I would say. It's got that feeling of hold on tight. So it sounds like out of the Five of Pentacles, you're going to have a surge of energy into one or more possible projects, I think is what the Ace of Wands was saying. That will die down a bit, and you'll need the Three of Wands to keep energy into it, to keep it going. It's not necessary. Knight of Chalices isn't necessarily keeping them in check. If anything, it's kind of like the wild ride up and down. It's not saying to fetter it or to rein it in. More so, hold on. Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think that's reining it in. But when it is getting to extremes, well, I mean, you probably know what good regulation is and whatnot. So I would just say, with that in mind, I would just hold on. And in fact, I want to say there was kind of a have no fear of the imminent plunge. Mount your furiously swirling emotions and ride them to the end. Yeah. If anything, I don't know if you're familiar with rodeos, but there's that idea of riding the bull who's trying to knock you off and whatnot. It's not quite that violent, That's not the sense I get from it. It's more like a roller coaster with those highs and lows. Hold on, you'll come out the other end. And that there's nothing wrong. It was, in fact, made that way. So, yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about that. But yeah, so there's that sustaining. There's the sustaining Three of Wands, where you'll need to, after you're done with that spurt from the Ace of Wands, the Three of Wands is telling you need to keep at it. Two of Pentacles is talking about that. It's hinting at that up and down that you're going to get from the Nine of Chalices at some point. But just that. How else? There's the. Gosh, I can't remember where, but Two of Pentacles with that balance. Used to the highs and lows, but not too happy about it. Oh, sorry. It's funny though, and I think you'll agree. I mean, at a certain point, there's a mastery to it. Gosh, for some reason, I'm thinking of dodgeball, and it's like if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. And there was the trailer where they're dodging traffic bodily. Yeah, at a certain point, you're getting mastery of this up and down. And yeah, I mean, so you're already used to it. Two of Pentacles is nothing new to you then. Knight would be saying, hold on. So yeah, I'm curious what the Ace of Wands is going to be. That's that outcome of the short term of the Five of Pentacles that you're in. That's going to spur something on. And once that excitement, once that energy kicks in, yeah. So once that Ace of Wands has had its time, just remember the Three of Wands and the keeping at it. Because that Ace of Wands is a high you don't necessarily want to drop all the way down to a low for. From having something, a surge of something, you don't want to drop all the way down to nothing. So Three of Wands says to hold on to that, and then you'll be on the right again. Yep. But yeah. Yeah, it's not out of control by any means. And if anything, based on what you're saying, you've already got some skill with it, or at least some experience. So yeah. So that's that reading. I'm curious what that Ace of Wands is going to lead to, but only time will tell. Ooh, okay. Thought I was one of those cards. Yeah. I'll go ahead and shuffle these. But yeah, I guess other than that, I hope it's going okay. Sounds like you might be through the worst of it, the initial shock and whatnot. It's unfortunate that it doesn't let me remove those messages, but they're at least blocked for the future. sure if I'll bend one of these cards one day and then it's like, I know what that is now and forevermore. Okay. All right. So yeah. Um, yeah, not sure what else to say about that. We're just going to find out at some point. So, just going back to these other cards, and we'll create a spread and have some fun with them, I guess. Of course, if you have more questions or just want to chat, by all means, we can do that. Um, but to kill time, this is what I do. So let's see. We've got a lot of call to actions. One shadow work card and 2 flux cards. So I feel like the shadow work card should be the center. We'll see if it stays that way once we're done putting this together. And then let's see. We'll set aside the flux cards and look at the call to action. Impact. Hold space. Empathize. Connect. We're going to set aside the other 3. Connect. Empathize. Yeah, go ahead. I'm just going to set this stuff aside at some point. So, um, yeah, by all means, ask a question. Hold space. And then legacy in progress. I don't think we need legacy. In progress seems to go there. Okay. I'm gonna slide this so that things fit a bit better. And then I guess just for the recording, I'll show this, but go ahead and ask your question page and we'll just set this aside. Down. Slow camera. So sad. I think I've got it all though. So we've got prejudiced left center. Gosh. There we go. Okay. Prejudice left center. Impact covering on the way to connect. Hold space on the bottom. Empathize on top. And then progress on the right side. And that's okay. That'll have to do because my arm won't last forever. So set that aside. Excellent. I thought it would be a question like this. And I can just lay this one on top. As we're using the Destiny deck for that. Okay. What's going on in your love life? Wouldn't we all like to know? Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Yeah, well, let's find out. Okay, that's good. got one card. Let's see what else we get. Okay, I think we're going to do this in 2 phases. Because I feel like that one card is really going to tell us everything. And then the rest of this is detail or something. Who knows? Um, yeah. Um, let's see. Is there more? Feeling pretty good. Okay. So we'll flip over that first card, figure out what that means, and then take it from there. So, can we see it? Now we can. You can see some of the other cards underneath, but so the one card, what's going on? 9 of Wands. So let's get a read for that, and then that'll help us figure out what else is going on. So, um, let me set that down. Share our guide for the 9 of Wands. Asia, yeah, we can do that. Let me finish up this read first. 9 of Wands. There we go. To indicate that you are in a strong position. You have fought long and hard to get where you are and have endured heavy challenges, especially in work. There's a balance between being defended and being in defense mode, which can be exhausting. While you should protect your boundaries, you must not be in a fear mindset. This card is one of great resilience and strength. Use these attributes with a direct willingness to take risks and know that the battle is almost over. Stay optimistic and persevere. So, if anything, that sounds like the current situation as you were describing it. So, I don't know if that's just the present that it was speaking to. Yeah. So I'm going to set that one aside. But yeah, I guess you're coming from a strong position into whatever this next part is. Yep. Okay. That's what that looks like. Yes. So, oh, we can show you as we flip. Come on, arm. You can do it. Oh, I guess I'm in the way a bit. Hide that. There we go. A little better. Okay. So this is the order I laid them out in. Strength. What is that? 10 of Wands? We've got 2 of Wands. Oh, losing my grip a little. And then we've also got the Devil. Sounds like this will be fun, getting into these details. So, yeah, 2 major arcana and then a couple wands cards. All right, let's go ahead, set that down, and get onto this. So on strength, it's noting the keywords there are patience and compassion, which I'm guessing you've earned plenty of at this point. Oh, come on. Take me there. There we go. Shows us that you turn to your higher wisdom for self-guidance. She demonstrates strength of character when dealing with pressure. This card tells us that courage, determination, and patience are needed now, and with grace and compassion, the situation must be dealt with. This card tells us that we are ready to take on the challenge and stand firm without using brute force because we are courageous enough to handle whatever we are facing, and this too shall pass. When facing this situation head on, we will come out of it with more power and dignity, which makes a whole lot of sense coming out of the, okay, yeah, we're showing that. Yeah, so, yeah, given that, what was it, 9 of Wands that you're coming out of, strength makes a lot of sense. Let's go on to 10 of Wands. Not that one. Oh, it doesn't know where it is. Stop being silly. Oh, no. I scroll too fast. Apologies for any whiplash you're all getting. Almost. Okay. The Ten of Wands reveals the completion of a personal journey or a creative cycle. As you near the finish line, you may feel the burden of the work you have put in. You may have been overly committed with responsibilities or lost sight of the reason you are doing the work. This card reveals that you may need to look for support. The situation will not change until you let go and release the burdens. Have faith that with balance in your life, you can work hard and bring your dreams to life. Sometimes the Ten of Wands also comes up when you or the person you are reading for has too much going on and they are not receptive to the messages coming through. So I think a number of that, like completion of a personal journey with the Ten of Wands and strength, that's probably speaking to you, if not now, in the near future. But I think there's some advice there in the letting go of burdens. You might not even think of them as that, or you might not even be considering such a thing right now. But this might be a time to reflect. Well, we'll see when we get there on the Devil. Let's go on to Two of Wands. The Two of Wands represents the achievement of a goal. There are 2 wands illustrated on either side of a sunburst, which is situated between these wands. This forms a Roman numeral 2, which signifies a portal, a doorway to another realm. You are moving forward into this portal, taking the next step. The 2 illustrated wands also represent the 2 aspects of your situation. What helps you on your journey? What issues hold you back? Plan to move forward. This can be a card of choices. Which path will you choose? Great opportunities are being revealed. Use your higher wisdom to guide you. So that, where was it? What helps you on your journey? What issues hold you back? That sounds sort of like the burdens that the Ten of Wands was speaking to. And you'll have to figure for yourself what those are, possibly even realize what they are if you're not even aware of them at this time, so that you can let them go or reassess. I'm not sure what the proper course of action with those burdens are. I think the Ten of Wands is saying you're carrying too many and should let some go. Um, but yeah, as you do that, you'll be moving forward, the Two of Wands says, and on to something else. And now we get the Devil card. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. The Devil carries with it heavy feelings of oppression and lack of power. When this card shows up, you may feel like you have no control in a certain situation. The Devil has convinced you that you have no options. This is a card of greed, codependence, temptation, and materialism. The Devil is also associated with addiction with sex, food, substances, and negative thinking patterns. Yet this negativity does not reflect the truth. You are not being trapped by external forces. It is your own limitation that is keeping you imprisoned. You hold the keys to your own freedom, but it is up to you to release yourself of the shackles. That sounds a lot like what the Ten of Wands was saying with the burdens. And also what the Two of Wands was saying, of letting go, moving forward. So I don't think that's referring to a person per se. But yeah, so we had that Nine of Wands from previously, the strength that you now have acquired. It's almost a responsibility that you need to take for gaining that strength, and the things holding you back, the burdens that you'll need to realize for yourself, and then possibly, yourself holding you back. The Devil suggesting that you've got limitations, self-imposed, that you should, probably let go of. The Devil's not saying to let go of it, but its presence here is saying that that exists, and now that we know about it, let's get rid of it if we can. So hopefully that helps. I'm curious what those burdens are, but not my place to dig too much, and then I don't want to keep too many people waiting at this point. So that was fun. It'll be up on social media at some point. You've obviously got the video to reference, but as far as what your burdens are and those limitations, like, that's something you'll need to reflect on and dig into yourself. So yes, Asia, married to Tanvir, not sure he loved me. Any separation in near future? Okay. Is there more to that question? So we're going to answer Asia, her question. I'll need to narrow down what that is, though. Trip to Kashmir. That's similar. There's a lot of questions going on there. I don't know how much of that I'll be able to speak to. While I'm doing Asia, try to focus on the important ones, and because if we can focus on the stuff that really matters, let's do that. No problem, Paige. And now to Asia. So there was initially you asked about the 3 months, but now you're asking more specifically if he loves you, and if you need to worry about separation. Okay. I'm inclined to focus on the latter set. And so let's start with the if he loves you, because that's the important question. That's going to answer possibly separation or 3 months before they even happen. So let's dig into that a bit. One of those cards is down there, and we're still using the Destiny deck, which is what I like for this. Okay, and it was Tenveer. Where's his card? Sorry, I've got to sense which one is trying to be this. So let's see. I've got 2 cards for him. We'll see how they work together. Now let's get relationship. And then we just need a placeholder for you, because we're not too concerned. Well, it might be relevant. We'll see. But we probably don't need to flip that. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Okay, we'll show you what we've got. Don't need the guide right now. Okay. So I guess it's taking its time to catch up. But on the left side, we've got Tenveer. I got 2 cards for him. And these are equals. They're occupying the same space, but one isn't more important than the other is the impression I'm getting. We've got a card for the relationship to you. And then we have a card for you, but I don't think we need that. Because really we're asking about him and his feelings for you. And Trip, yes. It's first come, first serve. So let me finish my reading for Aisha, and then I can do a reading for you. Oh, whoops. I need to flip the cards. Yeah. Let me switch hands. There we go. Okay. So the 2 cards we got for Tenveer are the Moon and the 10 of Pentacles. The card we got for relationship is King of Pentacles. And then we're going to leave you there. If for some reason it's relevant, we'll flip it. But as far as what you're asking about, I don't think we need to. So we'll set that down. And bring back our guide. Okay. So we have, let's go ahead and start with the Moon. And what is that? 18. So that's just a few pages down. So there's the Moon. Is connected to the subconscious. The meaning behind this card is a moment of emotional vulnerability and a crisis of faith. Under the light of the Moon, are we seeing an illusion? Or is a situation that needs attention being illuminated by the Moon? When this card arises, you may feel anxious, allowing fears to mask your faith in the future. A decision must be made, and in order to choose wisely, you must rely on your intuition rather than your logic. You may be feeling disillusioned, confused, and disappointed. Be guided by the messages of your unconscious. Seeing that you're getting this on Tanvir, it makes sense that you're concerned. Because obviously, like, this is a confusing card, as in it's indicating confusion, at least to a certain extent. Let's flip over to the Ten of Pentacles. Symbolizes wealth and security. Count your blessings because magic is all around you. This card shows up to remind you that all is in perfect balance. 10 coins form a perfect arch, linked together surrounding a circle with an eye. This signifies completeness and maturity, which can be interpreted in financial and emotional terms that come with life experiences. The fruits of your labor will benefit future generations as part of your legacy. This card speaks of your connection with the laws of the universe, urging you to live your best life. So I don't know if it's having reached the pinnacle for Tanvir, that he's not sure how to proceed. I mean, he's coming from a strong position. So as far as feeling towards you, yeah, I don't know what the moon, what confusion that's indicating. Given you're asking specifically about this in a relationship, that could be what it's about. But it's interesting, especially in contrast with the Ten of Pentacles. It's almost like how a philosopher can worry endlessly despite being secure in a safe home. Plagued with worries somewhat needlessly. I mean, love is still a very important question, and by extension, marriage, important to work out. Yeah. So let's go on to King of Pentacles, and we'll come back. I think we can get a more complete picture once we've got that. Because the King of Pentacles is for the relationship with you. Scroll a little. The King has achieved mastery in the material world, particularly with success in finances and life planning. This card symbolizes the father archetype, who is a visionary and works hard for rewards. This figure is reliable, generous, practical, and feels happiest in a settled relationship. This card often comes up in a reading to indicate that financial matters are improving. Enjoy the success and comfort you have worked towards. If there is an ongoing conflict, it is going to soon be resolved. And so maybe that ongoing conflict is the moon that it's speaking to. If anything, it sounds like he might have a trouble that he's keeping to himself. If you can help him with it, that might, well, it's up to him, because it doesn't really say whether or not that's a problem you'd be able to help with. But the King suggests that it'll soon be resolved. So everything else, though, is indicating pretty positively. Best in a settled relationship, stability, some mastery. Okay. So yeah, I'm not really getting an indication that there's anything to worry about. Obviously, he's worrying about something, and it's understandable that, given that you have a relationship with him like this, that you would be worried about it too. So, yeah, as far as love goes, I think you're fine. Um, there's more positive signs than not. As far as like deepening, furthering the relationship, you could try helping to tackle the moon, whatever that confusion is that he's got. Um, but there's good ways and bad ways to go about that. So um, I would just be judicious in that regard, because yeah, I mean, be honest, be earnest, um, but you can't make somebody ask for help or make somebody want your help. So, uh, yeah, use a certain amount of tenderness when approaching that. It's important, but we can't wrest it away from him. So, but as far as love, um, I think you're fine. It seems a secure relationship. So, yeah, be there for him, um, or her, I guess. It's a him, right? Yeah, he doesn't open up. Um, it'll probably take some time and patience. Um, but yeah, and I can understand it's going to be frustrating. But like they say, slow and steady wins the race. So I certainly wouldn't be too forceful with this. Um, yeah. But yeah, as far as the marriage, as far as that goes, I think you're fine. This is an opportunity for you, but it's a long term one. No, Trip, you're next. Um, but yeah, Asia, it's helping with that moon, just given his nature and whatnot, might take some time. So, but yeah, I would trust in the marriage. So, I flipped over your card as I'm putting these away, and it's the lovers. So, yep. Yeah. Be there, be a positive influence. Don't be pushy. Um, and yeah, it'll take time. But eventually you guys will be able to work that out. But it's not a deal breaker. It's not going to wreck you in any way. So, okay. Trip, your question. Will my dad provide me accommodation to stay? Positive. Does my dad love me? Will my dad take me back with him? So you've got like three different questions going on there. No problem, Aisha. I hope it's helpful. Um, I hope it gives you the confidence you need to go forward on that front. Thanks. Um, Trip. Um, these feel like similar questions. I guess I'm trying to figure out what the real one is. Um, Not to say that we can't do multiple readings. Okay, thank you. Um, Not to say we can't do multiple readings, but it's helpful um, if there's clarity. Oh my dad. We'll use the Prisma deck for this one. Did I shuffle this? Let me shuffle a sec. Okay, set that aside. Take this off. We'll stack it on in this way. Just cleaning up some other cards I had. We don't need those. We need to remember that though. We'll do a yes no. And let me get this back on show people stuff mode. Oh. Okay, there we go. And let me show you, because this guide has the yes no that I'll be using for that question. So even though this guide came with a different deck, we'll be using it with a different deck. So we'll flip 3 cards. Each card leans yes, no, or, well, there's the neutral and exceptions down there. And then we'll look at the combination to see what that says overall. Let's see. Bottom card is one of them. Next bottom card. Yeah, they're just all at the bottom, or at least it's sufficient for the answer. Okay. Okay. So I just want him back. He's hurt because of me in the past. That's the real question that I want to answer. We've already got the spread for the 2 to 3 days, so we'll go ahead and answer that. But we'll do another reading, and we'll get into this. Show cards. Okay, and now first card, Knight of Wands. Second card, the Emperor. Third card, Page of Swords. There we go. Okay. So then, as far as what that results in, sorry, I gotta set this down. It's just awkward to hold in this new setup. So Knight of Wands, that seems like a yes. The Emperor also seems like a yes. And Page of Swords, that also seems to be a yes. So yeah, sounds like he'll accommodate you a couple days. Let's get into the real question now. we're going to keep using the Prisma deck for now. Um, I guess, what do you mean? He said he will. I want to know, is he confused? Thinks I will cheat on him. Or cheat him again. So I guess I'm not sure if you think he is confused or if you think he's definitely just against trusting you. Or is there some overlap there? Because let me go ahead and set that aside. Because it's one thing if he's just dealing with a lot of uncertainty. It's another thing if he's decided that you're basically not honorable in some regard. And as a policy, although then it would be weird that he accommodates you. Well, family first. So I guess, does your father know how he feels about you? And I guess, do you know that? Okay. So he has a position. He has a stance on that. Okay. I'll just move that. So when you say he wants you to change yourself, like there's two types of things, and that's okay. Is he wanting you? And that's okay too. Like obviously he's wanting you to change for the better, but is that better what he thinks is better or what is objectively better? Okay. So I guess if you think it was bad things, so when you say your friend is very bad, is that what your father thinks of your friend? Or do you agree with that assessment? And I guess the follow-up question, are you still with the friend? So I guess, is this friend that your father thought was bad, possibly you thought was bad, are they even in the picture anymore? Or is that just history at this point? Um, Sorry, yes, they are history, um, or yes, they are still a friend, or yes, they are bad. I'd just clarify that. Okay, but so I guess you've disassociated from that friend. So they're no longer part of the picture. Okay. Um, well, I mean, I guess I don't know the details. Um, it basically sounds like you're already done with them. Um, and that going back to your father would formalize that to some extent. Um, but basically, they're already done for. Okay. Sorry, just gotta sense the right cards. Okay. Okay. Let me show you what we've got. Hold this up. Oh, okay, there comes the video. So we pulled 7 cards. This center one represents your father. We're not flipping this. This is just the focal, the center of this. Because these surrounding elements are thoughts and feelings associated with you, which is what you're really asking about. So we'll go ahead and set, well, I guess let me flip the cards first. So we've got 4 of chalices, Page of wands, or sorry, Page of swords, Knight of swords, 6 of chalices, Page of pentacles, and 7 of pentacles. And I'll give the camera a sec to catch up. So yeah, real quickly, 4 of chalices on top, 6 of chalices on bottom, Page and Knight of swords on the right, and then 7 and Page of pentacles on the left. And now before my arm drops off, I'm going to close that. Okay, let me get our book. Let's read these. Gosh. Let's just start with the chalices. So the 4 of chalices and the 6 of chalices. So the 4. And the keywords here are overindulgence, loss of excitement, apathy. Life, for all its splendor, will sometimes lose its taste. This is most often a sign of overindulgence. Inundating yourself with some fascination will deaden your senses to its unique charms and flavors. If you find yourself growing apathetic to a steady routine, stir things up within yourself. Resist the urge to settle. Though it may seem like a mighty effort, force yourself to be creative and original. Imbibe of the stream of life. So there's sort of apathy there. Not that it's malicious or malevolent, just sort of you've been dealing with this situation, or you were in that situation for so long that he's just grown accustomed to it and has distanced himself from it to a certain extent. Let's go to the 6 of chalices. Renewal, revisiting past memories, vibrancy. The world can be harsh and unforgiving, and it's easy to let the sorrow and grime of daily living dull the vibrant shine of your existence. But the river that flows through the 6 of chalices offers a chance to buff it clean. Renew yourself. Break the cycles of suffering by pursuing the simple, innocent values of childhood. Share, work together, be kind to others. Immerse yourself. Forget your cares and rejuvenate. So, I mean, your father, the 6 of chalices, the way it was worded, was a lot like advice, which obviously would be better given to him. But he'll have an opportunity for renewal, to be washed clean, even of that apathy, by revisiting those old memories of childhood, which with your return is almost certain to happen. So I'm not as concerned about the 4 of chalices. Admittedly, these are things he has to do. But I think just given the parental relationship, it's likely to happen. So not too concerned there. Let's go ahead and do the pentacles. Swords might not be optimistic, but that's what we'll end on. So, where was it? Not 8, but 7. Setting intentions, great reward, future planning. Innocuous and unassuming, within every seed rests a sleeping empire. Whether or not it rises from dormancy depends on many factors, not the least of which is simple chance. Nevertheless, whatever you cultivate has a good chance of surviving into maturity. So take care that what you are planting is wholesome and fully accounted for. Don't be fooled by the smallness of their being. Potent, fertile, they wait to sire nations. And I think this really is just him recognizing that you are his son and you will go on to be a father and have children. Well, you already have. Um, so I think he's aware of that relationship. It's not like he's, well, I don't know if he's threatened or anything, but I don't get the sense that he's disowned you in any sense. Ugh, that was redundant. You are still his son. And he recognizes that. Let's do the Page of Pentacles. And this says financial gift, but we're asking about his feelings and thoughts. New skill, security. When you draw this card, you have been handed a gift from the universe. This could be anything: a new job, a loan or inheritance, even a budding relationship. It could be some untapped talent within yourself you are just beginning to realize. Whatever it is, it will further your reach in the material world. Use the jaunty confidence of the page to break ground on your new endeavor. There is the promise of greater wealth, security, and influence. It's a good time to be alive, so enjoy it. Most likely, this is referring to, well, this opportunity, you asking for accommodation, which I think is a very positive thing. So he's viewing this favorably, as an opportunity, whether it's to reconnect or be a good influence. Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll find out. Let's go on to Page of Swords. Sharp mind, new strategy, clear direction. The eager youth of the page, combined with the penetrating intelligence of her suit, makes her formidable defender against false realities. Be vigilant, wary, and free from emotional pall so that you may discern the best course of action. You have within you the power and means to chop through duplicity. Frankness, honesty, and justice will serve you well. I get this more so for you than for him. Well, this is his image of you at this point. That through this experience and whatnot, well, the experiences you've had, you've learned, and now you're cutting away that which is bad. So I think this is viewing positively of you, that you've taken his advice and moved on from that person. So then the Knight of Swords, ambitious, fixated on goals, determined. For all his ardor, the knight can be cold and unfeeling, focused only on achieving victory. He neglects empathy, compassion, and restraint. If you find him in a draw, look deeply into your methods and means. If you find your approaches lukewarm or weak-willed, imbue yourself with his cavalier determination. But if you are overly imperious or fixated only on achieving your goals, it may be time to take a step back, consider the feelings of others, and allow new energy to flow into your life. So, and this might be just his age and getting older. You might need to provide him opportunities for this reconnection, for reconciliation. He might be a bit cold. I get that more for him than for you. I wouldn't be pushy or anything. He's still the father. He's still the head. But yeah, give him opportunities, small nudges. But yeah, so far, very positive. Um, if there's, yeah, I think the worst thing here really was that Four of Chalices and the apathy, but everything else is speaking favorably of how you've changed. And that Six of Chalices, like, this is, yeah, um, ready to do anything. I think you've already done it more or less. So, I mean, approach it with humility. He's the head. Um, you might need to ask to speak with him privately or whatnot, whatever. Um, I get the sense that personally would be best. Don't surprise him though. Let him know whether that's a text or a call, just saying that you'd like to stop by or whatever. Um, but yeah, approach it honestly with humility. Um, he's got that cold Knight of Swords, so you might need to prompt some points of discussion. Um, but yeah, I can understand it being personally. We're done with the reading, basically. I can understand it being tense for you, awkward maybe, um, but yeah, patience, honesty, humility. Um, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think we're on the same page there, and I think you know how to go about it. Um, well, and I guess we now understand your dad and his feelings towards you. So yeah, so yeah, and these are things to talk with him about. So um, it might be awkward bringing it up and whatnot, but make sure it happens. Don't be too forceful or anything. Um, but yeah, okay. As long as you, yeah, and I think you're very aware at this point. So um, yeah, I see this working out pretty well. Um, it might feel rough, um, but it's almost certainly a positive outcome. Yeah, no problem. Um, let me put these cards back. Okay. All right. Um, my back needs a break, so thanks for joining, everyone. Um, lots of good reads. Um, thinking about coming back together. How he feels about me. And you're on, gosh, YouTube. Um, let me. I'm just a little burnt out, so give me one sec. Let me see if I can just message you on YouTube, and I'll just do it privately in that case. Because, yeah, no long stream so far, so. Let's see. Yes, this is me. There it is. guess that's me. That's who I'm coming in as. And let me get your account name right. Little Winkses. Oh, no, not. And we're filtering. This should be a. I guess you would technically be a channel. Let's see. I'm seeing winks singular, but not plural. Yeah, okay. Let me just go ahead and do it for you because I'm not sure I'll be able to find you afterwards. And for the record, you don't need to sub, but this is, I don't know if anybody else is listening. This will be my last reading because I do need a break. Oh, I can go back. Brandon thinking about coming back together. I don't know how he feels about me. Okay. Yeah, that's I like to do Destiny deck for that. So these aside. Doom. Wow. Get this one up. Shuffle a little. It's the feeling. I think I'm going to have a few placeholders. We don't have to, but okay. Okay. That's his influence. That's him. We found relationship. No, that one too. Okay. That one's you. Relationship. Oh. How he feels about it. Okay. Okay. So we've got 6 cards. I think we're only flipping, well, really there's only 2 relevant to what you're asking about. Let me go ahead and show you. Oh, switch back. We need our camera. Yep, okay. And we can see it there. Okay. So over here we've got Brandon. Relationship, you. This is the influence in Brandon's life back here. Underneath him, his thoughts on the relationship or a relationship. Yeah, that could be past tense, could be present. And then feelings towards you. So, and these are the two that are relevant to what you're asking. So here we've got the High Priestess, and here we've got Knight of Cups. So positive things. But before my arm falls off, let's set this down. Yeah. So High Priestess, the notes there are wisdom and secrets. High Priestess usually, that's like inner wisdom, stuff like that. Well, let me just go ahead and pull it up just in case it speaks more to you. So she's an intuitive and psychic. She is a symbol of the divine feminine and a gifted teacher. She asks us to go inward and trust our internal knowing. Stop looking for answers from the outside world. Your wisdom is your guidance. The arrival of this card is a sign to follow your heart and know that you are on the right path of your spiritual journey. Nurture yourself and your projects. Trust your inner guide. Success is around the corner. So as far as feelings towards you, that would be that divine feminine and a gifted teacher. Someone who has that wisdom. But yeah, well, and sometimes it's hard to explain that wisdom. So that's just a side note. Knight of Cups. And this was for the relationship. And there it says new love and artistic. So that seems pretty favorable. Signifies a dreamy and romantic hero who is heart-centered. This is an action-oriented person who urges you to move forward based on your feelings. Traditionally, all knights have a quest. This knight's quest is love. This card asks you to lead with your heart. Perhaps a love prospect will be revealed to you, or new friends may enter your circle. If you are thinking about starting a new project, this is the right moment to do so. In any endeavor you take on, be sure to act from your intuition and do not allow fear to make your decisions. So, I mean, it sounds like he's thinking favorably of reigniting that. So, so as far as what you were asking, those are the answers. I guess I get the feeling we might want to flip more. What do you think? Because I'm curious to get the cards on his side, get him and his influence. Because I mean, this speaks favorably to you and to a relationship. But okay, but yeah, I don't know if the real question of is this someone I want to be with, whether that's a yes or no. So, or a maybe. So. So this is him. This is his influence. Oh, camera's a little slow. So we've got, what is that? 2 of Cups. And down for him, if I can flip it, we've got 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. So just looking at these keywords, so 2 of Cups, the keywords here are love and peace. Those are influences, and this card is speaking to the influence in his life. So I think this probably indicates that he's an agreeable person, who prefers happiness and a certain amount of settled content. So, and then as far as the card for himself, there was reconcile and harmony. So this person being an ex, it almost sounds like they do want to get back together. um, and just go about it more peacefully. So let's go ahead and flip over relationship. I don't know if you want me to go for the descriptions. We can pull those up just in case you want to get into a little more nitty gritty. But I'll go ahead and flip these. For relationship, Six of Swords, which indicates move on, new beginning. Those are the keywords there. We'll almost certainly want to read that one to make sure we get that right. And then for you, we got Knight of Wands. And that the notes there are restless and fearless, which if you've got that High Priestess thing going on, the fearless makes a whole lot of sense. And the restless, that fits into somewhat. But I feel like this is keying off of the fearless. So let's definitely read up on the Six of Swords. Let me know if you want to dig into the others, because I want to make sure we get that one right. But the others seem to be pretty self-explanatory. So set this down, and Six of Swords. Represents the quiet passage from a situation or relationship following a certain hardship, enjoying a period of peace. Perhaps you must take a moment of rest from a relationship or responsibilities. This moment of rest and recharge may lead you to explore a new environment or perhaps take you to a new spiritual direction. When this card shows up in a reading, it can be a sign that things are getting better and calmer moments lie ahead. This card can also signify a physical journey you are about to embark upon. You are transitioning to a better place so that you may find yourself again. So yeah, that's not nearly as worrisome as one might think. And given that he's technically an ex that you're speaking of, it sounds like you needed that break, both of you, so that you can reflect, dwell on, improve. I think it's speaking favorably to those calm waters ahead. So, anything else, Winxes? I'm inclined to clean this up. I think that was everything. So, okay. All right. I'll go ahead and clean this up. Thanks for tuning in. We're streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, same time. So go ahead and hop in, ask questions, no problem. I hope it was helpful. And until next time, take care.